Hi everyone. I want to show you how to import a OVA file into Virtualbox. Sometimes this can be fairly simple and sometimes there can be problems with that, so I'm going to show you a couple different ways if the first way doesn't work for you. Okay? So the easiest way obviously is to click on import. Now if you don't see that here, I'm using VirtualBox 6.116, I believe. Okay, so if you're using an older version, you may not see what I'm seeing, but the information is basically the same. So you could go to File and then Import Appliance as well. Locate your actual appliance, like so, and just follow basically the wizard. There's really not too much you can do here, and just say imports like so. So there we go. We've now installed the image from the OVA file. Just a matter of waiting for the process to finish. Now, I do get the emails from you guys regarding that I get an install error, so I'm going to show you another way to see if we can get this to work for you. So I'm going to remove this image here. I'm only going to say remove only, and there we go. Okay, so what you need to do in this case is open up File Explorer and search for your image that you're working with. So there's my image there. I'm going to use this. Can be any OVA file. It doesn't actually have to be this OVA file. And what you want to do is unzip this file specifically. Now I use a utility called 7-zip. You can get this for Windows. It's free, downloadable, and you can also get the Mac version of this tool as well. And I'm going to extract it to a folder called Debian Buster. So I can see by the time here we're down to our last seconds to extract that. Now if you're not aware, a OVA file is just a compressed number of files that VirtualBox creates in order to create this image. Alright, so I now have some files in Debian Buster, and you can see I have this OVF file. The OVF file is pretty well the equivalent of the VBox file if you had a regular image. It's just a text readable file. So let's see if I can open that. And it tells you different pieces of the file in order for that file to be loaded using the OVA file. Alright. What may happen is that this OVF file becomes corrupted and it is not able to install the OVA file. And that's what we're going to fix now. So the next thing you want to do is go back to your VirtualBox, and in this case what you're going to do is create a brand new image. So I'm going to call this Debian. In this case here, I'm going to set where I'm going to create that folder specifically. And I'm going to change that so it doesn't go into that folder in particular, but let's take it and put it in this folder here. That's fine. Okay. It is a Linux type of image, and it is a version of Debian 64 bits. So to say next. In this case here, I actually want to get 2048 megabytes of RAM, which is 2 gigs. Say next. And this is the important screen that you want to be able to utilize. So in this case, you do not want to create a hard drive. You actually want to use an existing hard disk. And what you would do with that is, you don't have it here, so you would say, I'm going to add that. And what you want to do is search for that Debian Buster, in this case here, the folder that you extracted the OVA file into. And it will have a file called a VMDK with a VMDK extension, and that is the one you want to choose and say open. Once it's in your VirtualBox, you can choose that, and now you can create your actual image, and you should be able to start this up. I can see that all of the settings there in particular were the settings that I would have set using my Debian operating system. Okay, so you can see that it is booting successfully. There we go. Should be able to log in. There you go. So now we are active. Okay? So that is that process. I will also repeat the process with a Windows machine so you can see that as well. Okay, so I said I was going to repeat the same process. The process that I'm going to repeat is the secondary, which is taking the OVA files. In my case here, I'm going into Virtualbox, not that one there, apparently the wrong backwards. I have a Acme Core OVA, and I'm going to extract that, yes, extract that to Acme. And I will do the same with the client 10 once this process also finishes. You can see that it's not going to take too much time here. At least I'm hoping it's not. The client 10 should take much longer. It's a bigger file. Okay, so now that I have the client 10 and the Acme Core machines, both of those decompressed and placed into files, I'm going to go to VirtualBox and create a new, I'm going to call this Acme Server. I'll put that into another folder as well. And that obviously is Windows, but it is not a Windows 7. Sometimes it picks the right one and sometimes it doesn't. And in our case here I see Windows 2019 64-bit, which is what our Acme server is. Say next, the default RAM has been chosen, so I'm just going to say next. And again, you're going to choose the use an existing and browse for that. Now I see this here, but these are not the files I want. I want to use the ones from the OVA file. So those are explicitly on my virtual images. So this is my VMDK file from my OVA file, like so. So once I see the VMDK, I'm going to choose that and create that image. Okay, now I do see a couple things that need to be changed. One of those is the network adapter. The network adapter should be either host only adapter with the Ethernet adapter, Virtualbox host only Ethernet adapter, or the other opportunity is that it is a internal network. I prefer the internal network. I have seen students get errors with the host only adapter due to the version of Windows and software that they have on their system. Okay, so choose internal network. That will fix the network. The storage is there. You can see that it is normal, so you would need to make that immutable as well. Alright, once you have installed the new guest editions. The other one is the client 10 machine. That is a Windows 7 machine, or sorry, a Windows 10 machine. Again, you're going to say next, next RAM, and use an existing. And in this case here, you're going to go browsing again for that. And that would be in my client 10 folder. And there's my VMDK there. And choose that and create. Again, you need to have that network adapter set. Now, the crucial point here is if your Acme server is set to internal network, your client 10 has to be on the same network. Okay? If your client 10, or sorry, if your Acme server is on the host only adapter, your client 10 also needs to be on the same adapter. Alright? So I'm just going to double check to see what I set there. I did set an internal network, so I do need to set my network to internal network on the client as well. Okay? And again, you would have to go through and modify your images, installing the guest editions, as well as making them immutable. So maybe I will do that in another video. Okay, we can start those if you wish to see them run. But I have full confidence that they will run just fine. I will log in. If I can remember the password. At least get it the right password would be important. And there you go.